Okay, time now for the tent question. This one shows up in a couple of places on the practice exams for your first test. And it's given some people headaches, myself included. So I've finally sat down and figured out exactly what needs to happen here, and now I'm going to help you get through it as well. The question says, the demand function for Sportsman 5x7 tents is given by the following function, where P is measured in dollars and X is measured in units of 1,000. Round your answers to 3 decimal places. And the function that they give us is P equals f of X, and that is equal to negative 0.1 x squared minus x plus 40. And that's the function for, I guess that's their demand function, basically. And it's giving us the change in the rate of price, or it's giving us the price, basically. So they're saying the price based on the demand is going to be whatever this function says. So if they said the demand this month was 1,000 tents, you would plug in 1,000, and that would tell you what the price per tent was. But what they're actually asking us in part A is for the average rate of change in the unit price of a tent if the quantity demanded is between the following intervals. Let's do the first interval first. They give us 6,000 and they give us 6,050 tents, and they want us to find the average rate of change. When they ask for the average rate of change, when they give us an interval, we're going to have to plug back into the original function. So don't take a derivative yet. The derivative's time will most definitely come. This is the one where we called this one x1 and this one x2 and used the formula f of x2 minus f of x1 all over x2 minus x1. But before we do that, the crucial step here, before you start plugging anything into your original function, is that these are in terms of 1,000. So we're going to have to bump our decimal places over a little bit, which is going to give us for x1, it's going to be 6.000, which is the same as 6 in this case. And for x2, we're going to have 6.05. So that's very important that you do this now and not later, so that our answers don't look crazy later and we don't know why our cost for our tents is either ridiculously high or ridiculously low. So, well, the rate of change in the cost of our tents is ridiculously high or ridiculously low. Let's do some plugging. We need f of x2. So we're going to take x2, the 6.05, and plug it back into our original function. So f of x2 is going to be negative 0.1 times 6.05 squared minus 6.05 plus 40. Okay, perfect, looks good. Plug it into your calculator. What your calculator will spit out will be long, atrocious, and hideous, but it will be correct. In this case, it's going to be 30.28975. Okay? And now we need f of x1 because we're going to have to subtract those two things, right? So we've already got this part of the puzzle. Now we need this one. And that one is going to be the same idea. Just plug x1, that 6.0, back into your original function. And you're going to come up with negative 0.1 times 6 squared minus 6 plus 40. Plug that into the calculator, and it's a lot nicer. You get 30.4. So we've got f of x2, we've got f of x1, and now we just need to subtract them from each other. So f of x2 was 30.28975 minus 30.4, f of x2 minus f of x1 over x2, 6.05, and from that we subtract x1, which was just 6. And if you plug all of that into your calculator, the answer that it will spit out is negative 2.205. So that's how you do it for that interval. For the other interval, it's going to be exactly the same, except this time your x2 is going to be 6.1, or 6.01, I'm sorry, because the interval that they're giving you there is from 6,000 to 6,010. So you're going to do the exact same process, just with 6.01 instead of 6.05 in your x2 spot. If you need any clarification on that, you can shoot me an email. Let's look at part B. And for part B, I'll grab some stray calculations there. Part B, they are asking what the rate of change is of the unit price if the quantity demanded is 6,000. So they're asking for a rate of change at a specific point, and that, my friends, is the derivative. So we had f of x, we'll write down the original function again so we've got it. F of x equals negative 0.1 x squared minus x plus 40. We need f prime of x, so we're going to take the derivative. 2 times negative 0.1 is negative 0.2 times x. We are going to subtract 1 from the exponent, so that just leaves us with a single x. Now we have to take the derivative of negative x. That's just negative 1, and the derivative of 4 is 0, so we don't even have to write that down. Here is our derivative. So f prime of x is negative 0.2x minus 1. And if we now find f prime of 6,000, which is what they're asking for in this question, we get negative 0.2 times 6,000 minus 1. And if you plug that into your calculator, you're going to get negative 2.200. Make sure you are rounding to 3 decimal places, so you don't want to put in negative 2.2 because it's not going to accept that. You need the negative 2.200 for this one. So the important things to remember are when doing the average rate of change, let me find that average rate of change again, that you use this f of x2 minus f of x1 over x2 minus x1 function or formula, and you use that on the original function. Do not use it on the derivative. Also make sure that you are moving your decimal place over because we're working in units of 1,000. And then finally, when you do the derivative and you plug in the 6,000, that's 6.000. I'll correct that in the video. When you plug all of that in, you're going to get the plug the 6.000 into your derivative, and you're going to get the appropriate answer. Okay? Good luck on your test.